Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time to another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Monday, Mosh Pit. I hope your weekends are awesome. Hope your weeks are going off to a good start. We did have another video over the weekend, crossed 3,000 likes, baby. So we're now only 16 away from TM Trainer Month. Thank you all very much for making it happen. Let's see how this week starts off. But first off, we're starting with the spicy meme of the day here. This one actually got another genuine lol out of me. Sent in by Garth Shark. Great name, by the way. Title thread was Invicta after he starts a channel dedicated to reviewing chicken sandwiches. Oh, gosh. Yeah. I don't know why. For some reason, the Scrooge McDuck top hat just looks good on this Invicta, like, emblem. I don't know why, but I do kind of love it. So I love DuckTales in general. So thank you very much, Garth Shark. Everyone who upvoted that gem. Let's hop on in and get rocking and rolling here. The brand new week. Okay. Well, Whiskey Mike Zulu Yankee Foxtrot Juliet Charlie Hotel. Did we start back-to-back runs with freaking the D100? Well, we're starting with Godhead, so you know that we're not going to re-roll this. But also our tears rate is just super duper bad. I also sounded like Bear for a second there when I said rate. Like tears rate. I sound like Bear right there. I don't know why. Usually there's a couple of troll bombs there, and there were, but they didn't give us any soul hearts. All right. So, yeah, D100 start again, which I'm not... Normally, I'd be like, hey, you know, we can get a little bit of wackiness, a little bit of craziness here. But this time around, yeah, we don't get to have a Godhead start that often. And the only thing bad about this is really just our tears rate, man. Like, if we have the D8, like... If we look at this in a different light, would I take the D8 and use it just to try to improve, or at least marginally improve, our standing with our tears rate? I think the answer would be no. Just because the D8 is just, it's such a gamble. Like, it really is. We were talking about it on yesterday. I think pretty sure it was yesterday. This was recorded many days after that. But we had a like it's just a crapshoot. Like, it really is just a crapshoot with the D100. Specifically, all of it revolves around your stats being just like it's totally unpredictable whenever you're talking about the D8. If the D8 wasn't involved with the D100, it'd be so much better. Like, so much better. But then, you know, it's basically just the D4 except better in a way. So again, we just talked about all this stuff. So I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to use the D100. We're going to be looking to try to get something better. Lickety Split. Very happy to have Common Cold as well, because it does give you a very good amount of poison damage. Obviously, with the Godhead Aura, that's the thing you want to be dealing the most damage with, not necessarily your tears, but when you're talking about multi-segmented enemies like Larry Jr., you don't have to really worry about hitting anything except just hitting their body, and we get a tears up. So very good start, very strong start here. We're going on to last week's question of the episode. First off, I'm gonna use the Hero Find card here. Last week's question of the episode. Again, this is going to be the start of the new era here for the comments section, where I'm going to be answering the most upvoted comment from the Mosh Pit, and this one came in from Bacon7619. Love bacon, by the way. Who said, "My question for Invicta: why is Loki's horns okay but not Mom's eye?" So this is an interesting question here, because it's not as nuanced as you would think. It just comes down to just the fact that one has just quadruple the amount of tears more so than the other. The main reason why I don't like taking Mom's eye is because I don't like something that's shooting out from the back of Isaac. Particularly speaking, when you're talking about Ipecac or like Dr. Fetus or anything like that, you really have to worry about getting hit from behind. If you're standing next to the wall, or if you're standing next to an enemy that's like charging you and you're trying to run away, that sort of stuff, you really don't want it to proc whatever you want. But with Loki's horns, of course, you also have 2 additional shots on top of the one that's coming out from the back of Isaac. You have it coming up from the top and from the side as well, and the bottom as well, I should say. So it's just a matter of one gives you more shots than the other. Mom's eye, to me, is not worth the hassle of dealing with just for one additional shot, when I can get something like, say, Bookworm, which is like totally risk-free and very, very common to get. And I don't have to worry about it shooting randomly from behind. Whereas with Loki's horns, yes, you still have one shot shooting from behind, but you also have additional shots shooting from out the other sides as well. And on top of that, it's not something that you have to you don't have to worry too much about with Loki's horns, just based on the fact that I don't take it very often. I don't take either one of them very often, but one just gives you more shots than the other. That's basically it. HP here. I mean, we've done some good things with my shadow. Cambion Conception is also pretty good, especially whenever you've got Godhead. If we can end up getting Twisted Pair, if we can end up getting Incubus. So I'm gonna pass on my shadow. I am gonna take Cambion Conception. But like that, it's a good question though, because like at first glance it seems illogical. It's like, well, why avoid one when the other one does the exact same thing except a little bit better? And sometimes that is the answer. One does one thing just a little bit better. Yeah, we can buy this half price. Yeah, get ourselves a Justice card, get ourselves another bomb. A little bit of a refund there. So all hands on deck, as we are looking really strong starting out here, but I'd like some more damage now. Damage and tears. I'm liking these questions at the episode. They give me something to talk about that's not like, it's not the usual stuff, you know, describing items and that sort of thing. And I like getting into the strategy stuff, because that is something that I don't do. I try to do as often as possible, but you know, I go on autopilot sometimes, and I just kind of don't talk about some of the decisions I make during a run. Global D20, but we have nothing to roll, so just not worry about that. I also get the Intruder, which is going to give us a quad shot every now and then, and that quad shot has Spider Bite on it, which is very nice as well, especially for slowing stuff with Godhead. You can get the Godhead aura to kind of catch up to him and just do lots of good stuff. I'm going to use a bomb here for these 2 keys, just because it's just a good exchange rate, and on top of that, we need keys. So yeah, look at that, the slowing field plus having the stopwatch slow everything down around as well as it's quite nice crowd control. I decided to go in here just because I thought maybe there's going to be a greed fight, but pleasantly surprised that there isn't. And on top of all that, the blanket's in there as well. So if we can get 2 more cents, I can absolutely go take that. Looking for the secret room right now. Obviously, it's not there because that wall is inaccessible. It's right here. You can kind of see how this room kind of points you towards this wall. This being a flat wall here, there's a gap in between all the other adjacent rooms. And on top of all this room just always, like, it just, if you look at it, this one doesn't really quite make an arrow. These 2 fires are what gives it away. But if you look at the flow of the room, that's generally a good indicator of where the secret room is. And that also just comes from just playing the game forever as well. Piercing shots, of course, would be very nice if we can manage to get a hold of that. Couple bombs here. If you're wondering why those spiders, by the way, and including the egglets, were not yellow, it's because we have a bursting sack, which gives us friendly spiders. Not bomb spiders, but friendly spiders. I also don't know why I continually, whenever I get into this room, the first thing I do is shoot the barrels. It's just a reflex. And I always react too slow because I'm an idiot. It's a bad habit that a lot of Isaac players get into, and myself included, where you're constantly firing. Even like it's the first thing. So the reason why I do that, I'm not gonna speak for everybody. The reason why I do that is because, generally speaking, there's always going to be enemies that are just inside the door, just waiting for you. Oh man, it's so good with Godhead. And I don't want to give them a chance to act. I'd rather kill them now before they get a chance to respond to anything. And in this case, where we have something, a very powerful tier effect like Godhead, this is going to allow us to basically wipe out most of the room of small enemies before their AI even kicks in and it's like, you know, tries to attack us and stuff. So that's the main reason why I do that, is to get a jump on the enemies inside of the room, because obviously I have no idea what enemies are going to be in what room. But you do have to be cautious. And again, goes back to that golden rule: always control your outgoing damage. That's another aspect of it. You shouldn't be firing and stuff that's not there, especially when there's a barrel right in front of you, and you continue to fire it at anyway until it explodes, because you're a big old dummy. But obviously, Eye of Belial Godhead is an absolutely insane combo here. If we can get more damage and get more tears, brother, sister, we got ourselves a run going. You're already seeing the power spike here with this combo. This is one of the best combos, if not maybe the best Eye of Belial combo that you can get in the game. Having piercing shots with Godhead is just a free win at this point. I really can't think of a better combo than Godhead with Godhead Eye of Belial. So look at this room here. You see that there's a flat wall with a gap. This room kind of makes an arrow pointing down to it. Again, the flow of the room kind of just dictates exactly where your secret room might be, but it's not always there, as you just plainly see right there. It's not always. That room's like an 80% room. Usually it's there, but not always. That's why it's 80%. That's unfortunate, and that broke one of the other not golden rules, but I call this a silver rule, where you should never ever use your last bomb. Super secret room's to the left of here, guaranteed. Never use your last bomb on a floor unless you are absolutely 100% sure that you do not need it for the rest of the floor. I mean, Chad just getting absolutely smoked. And yeah, don't need either one. I mean, Heartbreak is, it is a damage up, but it's not worth the, in my opinion, it's not worth the empty heart containers. They can be a little bit annoying. I'm going to hold on to the Hermit card here just because I don't want to have to look for the Fool card when we're looking for boss rush on the next floor. Well, not next floor, but depths 2. And we're in that sweet spot of a run here where it really does not matter if we end up doing a full clear or not, because we're just going to smash everything anyway. I do wish we had more damage and tears, though. Golden chest gives us golden nothing. Little Chad, of course, the follower that's going to spawn half red hearts every now and then. He gives you kisses, and you know what? We appreciate that. The secret room is here, to the right of here. Now, how do I know it's there versus that last wall? Well, this room in particular is also a very clear indicator. You see how it just kind of it's like points right there to that wall, and we know that wall is clear because we have this room here. There's nothing obstructing this. And then it's a little bit trickier with a big room, like an elbow room. But as you see there, that wall also is not obstructed. The obvious wall that I bombed previously was not it. So that tells me that it has to be the other most obvious wall on this entire level, which in that case is the one that has that little driveway. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Settle down now. Hang on now. Get ourselves Cricket's freaking head, and yeah, I am going to use a bomb to get 4 cents because this puts us up to premium item territory for the shop. If Isaac ever picks up the penny. Still not going to use the Hermit card, though. We have the keys to gain entry into the shop, so this is no big deal. Cricket's head's going to give us an absolutely massive amount of damage, and there's our prerequisite greed fight, which I was pretty much expecting. Oh man, we are absolutely flying here. Now we just gotta do something about Isaac's face, because I really hate what the intruder does to Isaac's face. Let's go into the super secret room real quick. Okay. Well, it's unfortunate we don't have a sack room there, but what can you do? I'll go in the curse room once we get little Chad to pay out with something else. But now, if we could really pick the next tier effect, yeah, that works. If we could really pick the next tier effect, obviously spectral tears would be next. I would rather have the ability to not just ignore all collisions. So piercing shots and spectral tears that allows us to ignore the environmental aspects around us. just to get even more Godhead damage out. Yeah, buddy. I mean, one bomb for a half soul heart's not great, but I'll still take it though to protect our bone heart. Not that we need it. The soul heart obviously is going to help us out with the devil deal if we do get one. More damage, more tears. I mean, we just got one of the biggest damage upgrades you could possibly get in this run here, and I'd still want more. Spectral tears, more tears rate. Flying would be great. I mean, there's always going to be a way to improve your run, and seeing exactly like paving out a clear path to win is always crucial in Isaac. Giving yourself a goal, just keeping yourself in line with like, say, hey, we need this, or hey, this would be very good. How can we improve this run even more? Well, this is the way to think about that. Get Humbling Bundle. I am going to roll a couple times here on the shop to see if we get something better. You get something better with there's options going to give us the second boss item that drops after we clear the floor boss. Humbling Bundle is going to double all of our pickups that drop. So coins, bombs, keys, all that kind of good stuff. It's very, very good. Oh, man. There's our replacement spacebar item, finally. There's Bloody Gust, which I would absolutely love to get. But apparently, can't make a bridge with Bob's Curse. So, Bob's Rotten Head, I should say. Need one more bomb to get Bloody Gust. That would be amazing if we got it. Not that we're taking a lot of damage anyway, because we're just absolutely roasty toasty everything. Super secret room is super secret there, and oh my goodness, look at this. We get the curved horn as well, which is just gonna up the strength factor of this run by a factor of 3. 3 strength up, or 3 damage up. Now, if you're wondering, well, how come we got 3 and not 1, is because don't forget we have the multiplier on Guppy's head. And by Guppy's head, I mean Cricket's head. That is going to any damage up that we get from here on out is going to be amplified by a whole lot, including trinket damage. Look at that. Brownie just has no chance here. Absolutely wrecked Brownie. I'm going to take Mom's Pearls for the luck and range upgrade, and we are moving. Okay. We have the Hermit card that's going to get us out of boss rush. We could, I mean, truth be told, we could probably do boss rush, but there's no reason to right now. Secret room is right here. How do I know that? Well, it's because, again, I played this game for a while, and I know that it's not there. I was just trying to test you. Because, obviously, clearly it's not there. Normally it's here, though. This is, again, another 80% wall that you would normally see associated with it. But if I had just gone over here, no, I would have definitely still thought it was there. Despite there being only one room adjacent to it, I absolutely would have thought that was a secret room. But it does tell us that the most obvious rooms, at least on this floor, are not going to be the secret room. So we're looking for the next obvious room. And I'll point that out whenever we get there. Might be south of here. We'll have to wait and find out. We actually do not want Whipworm for Godhead. We want the Godhead aura to have a very high uptime. Still could be to the left of here. I'm not totally convinced yet. Now I'm thinking it's more north of the shop here, right there. Gotta look at this wall. Yeah. Now this is it here. If this one ain't it, then I will give you all a buffalo nickel. So this was the next obvious wall here, and again you see this arrow that's being pointed down with this gap here, pointing to a flat wall that has a gap in between a notable room, which is not always necessary for the secret room, but in this case, with it being adjacent to the shop, it just makes sense. Ooh, good. We'll take the Diplopia here. Attack head also wouldn't be too bad, but Diplopia gives us a chance to get some really, really good stuff out of the boss rush. Maybe even, like, possibly Guppy? A Guppy would just send this run over the moon. a little bit more tears rate, and we are absolutely cruising. I mean, we're already cruising, but go from cruising to flying. Normally, I wouldn't stop at the item room, but since it's on the way to the boss room, there's really no point to coming back out here. And truth be told, we don't even need to use the hermit card anymore. There's a reroll machine in there, and I wouldn't mind getting Sackhead. Super Secret Room might be there. Might be. Yeah. Again, no Sacrifice Room, which is a little bit sad face. Absolutely, we'll take the negative here. We'll fail a 73% Devil Deal. Just got me a little irked, but this is just... that boss rush just ain't even worth even doing. I mean, yeah, Infestation 1 is fine, but, like, is it like lose a soul heart fine? Nah. Oh, wait, not even in a winning run am I willing to do that. Looks like the secret room here. Let me look at this wall again. It had the familiar symptoms of a secret room, but wasn't quite sure. Now, if we wanted to, we could use a bomb. There's no reason not to, I suppose. We can use a bomb to create a land bridge here. Go over and talk to this judgment. Gonna give us something super amazing, right? 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 There's the blind. It's more HP that we can use for a Devil Deal. We'll be picking up some money for the inevitable victory lap that we're going to absolutely crush as well. We do not need any more golden keys. One's enough. Although I do wish there was an item that like said like, hey, if you get multiple golden things, it converts it to stats. That'd be cool. Like have like a, I don't know, like a Midas touch, but for like pickups and stuff. Like you pick up a cardio coin, or you pick up a golden bomb, or a golden heart, or a golden key, you get like a permanent stat upgrade. That'd be pretty cool. Call it like the heart of Midas or something like that. I don't know. I'm always trying to think of neat and interesting items that aren't anti-player but also aren't like super overpowered. Okay, and that is one of the largest Isaac circles I think I've ever seen. Well, I guess technically it's not an Isaac circle. What a weird map. Get me out of here. This map is upsetting me. Obviously absolutely zero risk with Teratoma. Okay, well, at least Stanley didn't give us something to think about here. What a way to start off the new week with a Godhead start. It's good to know that we have the D100, you know, in case we just decided to really throw an audible. But we ain't re-rolling Godhead, y'all. We haven't had Godhead in a while, and you know, us starting with the admittedly our tears rate was so bad in this run, but and it actually still is quite bad for where we are right now. If we didn't have Godhead, I'd be really belly aching for some tears right now. But because we have Godhead, we have Eye of Belial especially, it's making things really easy to digest. Careful here with the explosions from the death rattles. Of course, stopwatch giving us infinite control over our enemies combined with the slowing field of the intruder, just makes this an absolute joke of a run, which I'm definitely down for. We had a couple stinkers last week, and you know, getting ourselves a pretty easy run is quite nice. I'm gonna save. We'll wait for Old Hushy on the victory lap here, because I think that I don't want to get roped into using Diplopia for basically nothing. Whenever we can just save it for the dark chest and possibly save ourselves a lot of HP, and maybe even give us a Guppy transformation if we get lucky getting 2 Guppy items. All we need is 2 from one dark chest. And normally I'd be super excited about that, because in the olden days, back in my day, and Isaac, if you had 2 Steam sales, everything was free. Remember those days? Boy, I do. Remember when shops were good? Those were the days, weren't they? Be able to Diplopia Steam sale and just get everything for free, which was just so much fun. Where does the time go? Okay. Scanning for tinted rocks as well in your city tonight. Looking for you to start up a fight. There's an evil feeling in my brain. Been listening to a lot of Garage Inc. lately. That's the first time we've gotten hit in a very long time. Might be the first time we've gotten hit in like this entire run since getting Cricket's head. Very underrated track on Garage Incorporated by Metallica, or I guess Garage Days, depending on which era you're from. Crash Course in Brain Surgery. It's hard for me to say the title of the song without me like wanting to sing like the verse. Crash Course in Brain Surgery. It's just like it's such a great run. It's such a great song. It is a great run. Game breaking bug. You lost the plot whenever we found out you can reroll enemies. Yeah, Crash Course in Brain Surgery is fantastic. Love, of course, Bread Fan. You can't go wrong with Bread Fan. Small Hours is another very underrated track that not a lot of the casual Metallica fans like forget that track even exists, but. I will say that like it does start off. The best part about the Small Hours is definitely the intro. The long build up to a really strong riff is just, it is peak metal. Maybe not peak metal, but it's up there. Double duty here with both of the feet kind of lining up behind one another. All right, let's see if it was all worth it for us here. Are we going to get 2 Guppy items? No, 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 and no. Well, we can sacrifice little Chad here. And then Diplopia that. Maybe we'll get a Guppy item. Didn't. We did get Mom's Knife, though. I am going to take everything here. I don't know, man. Mom's Knife Godhead is not... It's not terrible, but it's also not great. It does ruin... It does ruin Eye of Belial. No, I think Mom's Knife is definitively worse here than what we've got. I can't believe, how are both of you still alive? Also, how did that one live longer than that one? Make it the The HP bars in this game don't make any sense. Don't even try to make sense out of them. So we lose little Chad. I'm sorry, little Chad. It was a worthy sacrifice, but you also weren't doing anything, so you're also a video game item, so whatever. See, I don't understand that one. How did this one die before that one? Like, yeah, Ayabalao was dealing some damage there, but like it wasn't enough to like kill it automatically. At least you wouldn't think anyway. The Joker card, might as well. Joker. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take both of these here. I don't care about Let Me Get Down, but I do care about activating Dark Prince's Crown. Because it is now going to finally improve our tears rate by a whole lot. And we've taken some damage on this floor, so that's another reason why we have a little bit of extra tears rate because of Bloody Gust. Now, I will say that Sinus Infection with Godhead is fantastic. I guess we can take Fate's Reward. But thanks to our Hermit card, we went the absolute wrong way. Fortunately, we didn't kill Monster before he got all the flies spawned, so we did not get any help from Death's List. The Death's List is just, it's such a mid item now to me. I think that it's just not, it hardly ever, I don't know if they've changed anything about Death's List. It seems to me that Death's List rarely pays out with a stat up anymore. If it is a stat up, it's like luck or like range. Like, I feel like the values of Death's List and stuff that it's supposed to pay out with, by the way, full clear, is, it's heavily skewed in different values based on what stat the player needs the most. Like, you're going to see, like, 30 range ups before you see 1 tears up from Death's List. Or, like a damage up. Giant Cell is kind of whatever. One of those items where, like, yeah, there's no downside to it, but I just don't like the item. I mean, technically speaking, there is a downside if you really want to get into it, because yeah, you do get the little mini Isaacs that go around shooting everything, but you also can't control when they're firing. You also can't control where they're going. So you don't necessarily have any control over their outgoing damage, and that's kind of a problem. Wheel of Fortune. No, I always associate Wheel of Fortune with Balatro now. Yeah, we're just gonna do a flat out full clear. That's just how we be. Dogtooth. I will take Dogtooth. This give us a very slight damage upgrade and movement speed upgrade. Extra money for the road here. Remember, we do have money equals power, so it's going to give us a damage upgrade as well. Go embarrass Lamb real quick here. Oh, yeah. You know we're doing a victory lap for this one. Victory Monday. 4 aim. Yay. Yes, you see. Yes. Well, Steven, you're not invited to this. Sorry. We like you, little Steven, but we just don't need you here. Nah, it's not worth it. If we had a guppy item, I for sure would go in there. By there, I mean the curse room, but we don't have a guppy item. So there's no real reason to sacrifice 2 soul hearts for basically... We're not going to get anything of note in there. And if we do, I'd be surprised. Paulo is telling me that the super secret room is there. Dogtooth, by the way, will howl depending on if you're adjacent to a secret room or not, or it will bark depending on if you have a crawl space in the room that you're currently in. I know that we ruined Dark Prince's crown here, which is fine. You get a tears up there, of course, because again, the game wants to make a mockery out of me. Oh, Nestless never pays out with a tears up, huh? We'll take this. Big blue cap. You finally get a sacrifice room. The problem is now is that it's not needed. Can't be there. Here. And you heard the barking, and there's the crawl space. Now, Hamolacria actually wouldn't be that bad. I didn't actually mean to leave there. Hamolacria with Godhead and Eye of Belial is actually quite good. Problem is that we have no way of getting there. The only way that we could is if we had got some like bait and switch, which we do not have. Champion belts, champion good. I'm gonna buy a Soul Heart as well, like Candida, and a second Steam sale, which is gonna lower the cost even more, but not give it to you for free. Chaos Ladder. I'm slowly rewatching Game of Thrones just because like I'm just looking for something to watch, man. Just like how good the earlier seasons were compared to the later seasons. Just it's a tragedy, man. Like it's depressing in a way. Not like real depression, obviously, but it's just like, you know, it's sad to see the state of the show, of how it used to be versus to how it ended. You know, wow. No idea where it is. Right there. A weird spot for the Super Secret Room. Like knowing how Game of Thrones ended versus how it was is just it's real sad. Man, the show was so good. We'll take Mom's contacts here. And yep. Obviously Chaos is gonna make devil deals kind of irrelevant at this point, but it's still worth at least checking them. You never know. Really? I guess I should have known that because I didn't hear Apollo do anything. It's a weird little stop that they did there. Both of them like stuttered at the same time. It was strange. It almost looked like we had modem lag. I'm gonna say I'm not sure where the secret room is, but give me a moment. Gonna blow my nose. Blow my nose. Those spring allergies, man. They're coming hard and fierce. There we go. That right there is the reason why you always go for the red chest last if you can, even though I know that I opened up that red chest first, but I wasn't trying to. Holy card gives you a holy mantle. It's basically good for like, it's basically like the wooden cross trinket. You can use it. You don't have to worry about holding on to it. And once it's gone, it's gone. Still looking for the item room here, but obviously Lump of Coal is just going to take this damage to even greater heights. Okay, so this is potentially pretty big here with a reroll machine and Chaos. Pretty sure Godhead is legitimately just a straight up stat down here. It does give us 2 or 3 for Seraphim though. I'm gonna take it just because. But yeah, it's a straight up just. It's just like double Sacred Heart. Like the first one's great. The second one kind of cancels things out. Is it worth the half damage up? No, 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 no. Especially for the lack of tears rate. And it doesn't even give you like a stacking like benefit either. It just gives you a 0.5 damage up, and that's it. I'm going to take Spelunker Helm, though, because at least it's going to show us exactly where we need to and where we need to not go on the map. So, as you can see, we know where the mini-boss is. We know this is a dead end, but we're going to go over here anyway. It ain't no thing to just go destroy mini-bosses real fast. We know that there's a vault to the south of us. I can't believe we haven't seen a Guppy item yet. I mean, I know we have Chaos now, obviously, so we're unlikely to see one at this point, but Soul of Isaac. Soul of Apollyon, last time I used you, you blew up, like, badly, right on top of Isaac. Okay, so we see the continuation on the map here thanks to Spelunker Helm, so we know that there's a good chance this is the right way to go. Not going to waste the Soul of Isaac on that. Okay, Forget Me Now. Forget Me Now we could definitely use to get multiple boss rushes. Inner Child is just another... It's just another life. I guess I'll take Inner Child. Oh, baby. Sausage, now we're cooking. All stats up here. I mean, that's Seraphim, right? No. Transcendence doesn't give you Seraphim. I am going to use Sack Altar now. Again, just because we have Chaos, so... I am going to take Transcendence because I want flying. And, you know, Gimpy and Sack Altar is better. Definitely better than Face Reward and Seraphim. Yeah, I'll take Keeper's Kin. Fighter Babby. So very, very strong shop here. I kind of hate how Isaac's tongue is sticking out of the Gimpy mask a lot. Kind of really hate that. It is pretty cursed. So at the very, very least, we're going to be able to get multiple boss rushes out of this run. At the very most, we'll get 2 extra floors if we end up getting an XL floor. That goes Old Husky, and I will take Halo Flies. Destroy Lust real quick here. We are able to get a movement speed upgrade finally. That one was basically free because we have flying, remember? Pokemon, we're still doing Pokemon breaks over on the Twitch channel. Recently had a Mosh Pit member named a Wild Super Bob come by, and this was Bob's second time purchasing Pokemon packs through the website, and this time around it was again to reward his son for getting good grades, and then he bought extra packs because it was his son's birthday, and then you know because like everyone obviously like that's awesome. Like I love not only hearing that like you know that his son's doing well in school, but I also like just rewarding him. And so I ended up giving his son a one of my PSA 10 Rayquazas as a birthday present, whatever. And I'm interested to see what the reaction was. This was over the weekend, so it's you've probably already seen it. But I just like doing stuff like the Pokemon arc on Twitch has been really satisfying. And if you haven't seen any of the Pokemon openings, you're definitely missing out. They're a lot of fun, even if you don't know anything about Pokemon cards. I frequently get people who like, you know, I've never cared about Pokemon cards, but man, I love watching these openings. They're just so hype, and they're a lot of fun. And then people eventually, like, you know, they dip their toes in, they get themselves a pack or two, and the next thing you know, they're going full on. We're into like breaks mode and doing group breaks and stuff. It's great. A lot of fun. Come on by. We have a good time on Twitch. Saw Junior. Nah. I mean, what would we want to really turn this run into? Not that. Nah. Probably gonna save the Soul of Isaac here for boss rush. So again, using the power of Spelunker Helm, we can determine exactly where we need to and where we need to not go. We are able to get into the boss trap room for the cost of one low bomb. Ooh, baby. And now we don't need Spelunker's Helm. So there's the eternal D-Sizzle, which is, oh, it's not terrible on a winning run for sure. It's just not an item that I generally like, just because of the fact that you can, like, you know, lose your items. That's no bueno for me. Yeah, Wild Super Bob said his son is going to absolutely lose his mind when he gets that Rayquaza. I don't even know if he planned on surprising his son with him or not, but I just love, speaking of bait and switch, I just love hearing that, you know. It makes me feel good to know that you know, his son's doing good in school, and I think it's important to reward that kind of stuff. And I like giving stuff away, especially when it comes to Pokemon cards, because I know how happy it makes kids. Get a luck upgrade there from Death's List. And yeah, I mean, Isaac's Tomb is not terrible. I'm gonna take Isaac's Tomb. There we go. And got us 2 Soul Hearts. Not really the best. Wow, that is, now you talk about a legendary all-timer right there for an Isaac Circle. Jeez and crow, Uncle Donnie. Holy moly, that is a... You know how mad I would have been if I hadn't seen this firsthand? You know how annoyed I would have been? That is a legendary Isaac Circle right there, I tell you what. I think it's like half the size of the level, dude. Oh, I didn't even see that bomb fly up there. I was looking at the map. Still just in awe of the size of this Isaac Circle. Yeah. They knockout drops. We don't actually really want Placenta here. That would have been amazing if we had gotten another Forget Me Now or like a 5 room or something to do boss rush again. Gonna take another negative just for another damage upgrade. And yep. Salvation. I am going to use... Ooh. Drinking Smelter would be nice. I'm going to use the Soul of Isaac now. Stigmata is a good damage upgrade, but I think I'm going to go Salvation here. Gives us Seraphim. We're not even going to use Salvation, are we? We're going to get hit a couple times and Salvation's never going to go off. You know what item we haven't seen in a while? Revelation. Pick up this money here just so we get a little bit more damage for money equals power. Not that we need more damage, obviously, but it's still nice to have. Okay. I think that was little Steven over there. Or big Steven. Chad didn't make it. My God. Oh, Frail. Pretender. Frail the Pretender. His new title. Get Sad Bombs or Mom's Key. I'm going to take Mom's Key. We get the Mother Transformation. A long way to go. Long way to go. D-Twanky. I cannot believe that. I mean, yeah, we got Chaos, but like, I still can't believe that we haven't seen a single Guppy item on this run. Guppy would have absolutely supercharged this run. How funny it would have been if we gotten our first Guppy item out of a random D20 roll that I did in the secret room. Another Eyeball Isle does literally nothing for us, but I'd still rather have that over Glaucoma. We get Judas' Shadow. We're not going to turn into Black Judas on this run. Like we don't need anything else on this run except Guppy. I would like to get Guppy if we could. Scorpio pretty good. Although we already had poison from Common Cold. Keep forgetting that we don't have the Holy Mantle. Oh, that's an Eternal Fly. I was like, what the heck? All those flies over there should have definitely died a while ago. There you go. You got to see Salvation go off. And we might as well go see Old Hushy. Haven't seen Old Hushy in a bit. Might as well. We got Mom's Key, so... Uncle Holy Water. Yeah. According to Apollo, there is a crawl space in here somewhere. Okay. Okay. You could not have... I guarantee you can't do that if you tried. How did we lose? How did we manage to clear every single rock but the one that the crawl space was under? That is very difficult to do. I don't know what the odds are of that one, but I would not be able to do that again if I tried. Magic Mushroom. I may notice that Magic Mush wasn't actually a big damage up at all. It's because it does not stack with Cricket's head, unfortunately. That would be too good. Gonna move up a little bit so Ghost Pepper can do its thing. There goes one of our holy mantles. Actually, no, we didn't retain the wooden cross. Never mind. Down goes Old Hushy. No big deal at all. Gonna fly through the rest of this run and call it a day. What a good start to the week. The super good Godhead run. End up smashing the victory lap. We got 2 boss rushes out of it too, which is just great. A crawl space. Excuse me? Mama Mega. This is the latest game Mama Mega I think I've ever seen. Hey, we could take Apple Asylum, but it's not going to be better than Curved Horn. Man, I don't remember the last time we used Mama Mega in the chest. Not that it's going to matter, of course, but apologies to Jam Jar Boy. Take the red Kizzle here. We'll take everything. Then Mama Mega will go off in the red rooms as well. This is, of course, going to ruin our death list, most likely, but you never know. Mr. Squeezy here. Now we're getting all the tears ups. Yeah. Okay, what do you do? You get Bookworm here. Find the Ultra Secret Room, no problem. Yep. Boy, howdy. Boy, howdy. So what a run this was, though. I hope you all had a great start to your new week here in the Mosh Pit. Definitely play this seed if you want to have a lot of fun with Godhead. And let me know. If those of you who went alt path, let me know if you got anything better than what we had here. Again, our damage wasn't like super incredible, but it was good enough to just plow over everything that we saw in the game, obviously. We were at no point we were in any danger on this run. With a Godhead start, I mean, how could you be? So thank you for watching, everybody. Okay. Thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button, leave a comment down below. Of course, we're looking for all of the good questions. Upvote the most interesting ones that are Isaac related, and I'll answer them on next week's episode. And thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Yanis, Crypto14, and Sambrai2077. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.